A little bit of an introductory. I was given a laptop from a customer. They no longer wanted it. It was case was completely broken, so hinges, all of the brass inserts obviously pulled out, etc., etc. So all I did is I completely disassembled the laptop. Took out the memory. There's a M.2 drive in there, speakers, USB connector, even CPU fan, and then in this one should have the main board. So the main board, it's from I think it's a CM-14 off the top of my head, but I can't remember, but it will come apparent in a minute. But the cost of getting the bottom display, top display, and using the display that came with it, because the display's fine as well, which is somewhere else, the cost was astronomical. However, I found a faulty one online, and I offered the buyer £35 for it, the seller £35 for it, which they accepted, and therefore I've ordered it. It's arrived in. It's in a box. I don't know if it's the right one yet. It's a CM-14 series, so I'm hoping that the motherboard will swap out. But that's what we're going to try and achieve today. But what I will do is show you the initial purchase, or the initial eBay listing, so you can see the exact thing that I've bought. So this is the listing. As I said, it was on a bid, but I offered £35 and it accepted the bid. That included postage, so fairly good deal. And as you can see, it's for an HP 14 CM-0981 with an A4 processor, 4 gig of RAM, 32 gig SSD, 14-inch screen with Windows 10. But if you look down further, here's the issues. So create an online account on startup. Not quite sure what that's all about. Power issues, only works when plugged in. So obviously that's a battery issue, but I've got a battery from the other unit that I can use. Sold without cables and accessories, so there's no charger, etc. And it's sold as seen. So we'll give it a go, and hopefully the swap out will do the job, which then I can obviously sell that product on. Okay, so this is the unit. Seems to open up okay. Doesn't seem to be any clunking on the hinges. I haven't actually tried it, see if it's starting up. Be interesting to see whether there's any charge in the battery or not, like I said. No, there's no charge in the battery, but that's fine. Okay, so let's take it apart and see whether I end up with egg on my face with regard to being able to use it. First issue, pulled that too hard, broken that, but not too perturbed, so I can put that back together. It's very brittle. Put it a little bit slower this time. Try not to stretch it. We'll do it a little bit. There we go. As I say, I can put that back together anyway. Not sure. No, I don't think that one needs coming off. Right. So, as with anything, the issue you'll find here is these two here actually hold part of the hinge. So when you come to open it, you're obviously putting it under a little bit of stress. So what I tend to do is open it up now before I undo them and dangle it off the desk. So I'm just going to move the mat, protect the keyboard a bit, so that's ready to rock and roll. So in with the spudger. Tend to use a thin metal one rather than a plastic one. Don't know where we're missing one in the middle there, so I'm just going to have another look underneath that plastic. Sorry, rubber foot. Feels like it might be a central one. So we did this screw off, so we'll take him out now. Okay, as we were. Working your fingernail on the spudger through the case. And there he goes. Didn't really want to do that because obviously I've now had the issue with the hinges, but they seem to be intact. And I'm going to give them a little tweak now just to see. Yeah. So you can't quite see it off camera. I don't know where I can. So I'm just tweaking these, just a little turn, nothing more than that. Okay, so we have indeed got 4 gig of PC4 memory. And if we just put one alongside the other, everything seems to match up nicely, which is an absolute bonus. Okay, so it's now just a disassemble, reassemble. So battery first. Okay, that is exactly the same battery. It's an HT03XL, so that's fine as well. Right, so let's take out the Wi-Fi module. I'm going to leave that in situ. Okay. Speakers. Shouldn't be a problem, but pop them out anyway. And then we've got the power DC jack connector there, and the LCD screen there. A little bit careful with that. Goes. Quite sure that's sat in there. Look back on the video for that. Okay. So touchpad and USB board. Right. Keyboard. Here she comes. So there are different boards. You can see that the board I'm going to put in, the one I was given, if you like, we've got dual slots for memory. We've also got the facility for the M.2, whereas we don't have it on this one. So I would assume that this one's, looking at it, got the storage on board. Looking at that. Okay. So let's do a slight reversal then. So we'll take that one out of there because we don't need that. Got a spare one now. Let's pop this back in, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the display in now. Because you saw he's a little bit fiddly. There we go. Okay. Everything seems to fit into place. Just checking that screw there because I wasn't sure, but that lines up with the whole of the base plate. And a pair of tweezers is handy. Go. Sausage fingers. Oh, I've been put that below there, so just be a bit careful. There we go. I'm going to pop the fan in that was in the faulty unit because it looks fine. It's clean, it's not dust particles or anything like that. Okay. Wi-Fi card back in. So from here we've got some RAM. So I've got two 4 gig sticks. So, and then we've got the M.2. So just need the M.2 screw, which is probably in a little bag somewhere else. Can't remember if I put it in here or not. Looking at those, no, but I got a funny feeling that this one will suffice. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so it's just this little clip thing, which I'm not sure if it's whereabouts. It's got to be like that, I would have thought. Yeah, okay. Okay. Again, just being wary of that's the center pin. Okay. So assuming everything's as it should be. Backlight, I think that is for the keyboard. Looking at that, has that got backlight on that one? Yeah. Let's tempt fate, shall we? So, I don't know if there's any charge in the battery, mind. So. Based on that, I would say no. So we'll get some charge in there in a minute. Okay. Well, we got an orange charging light, so that's useful. Power it on. Fans going around. Have we got anything else? So. Yep, light. So obviously the CMOS reset, which makes sense. So go on the enter. Accessing the M.2 because it's booting. I've got a green light flashing on the bottom of the M.2. Got sound, and indeed we have got a Windows 11. Look at that. This should be my details, so yeah, it is, so that's fine. Absolutely spot on. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just going to shut it down. So fantastic. At this point, I can only assume that the battery I put in is good, but we'll soon know about that. Okay. Again, we'll dangle it off the top. As I said earlier, I've tweaked up the screws here just because they do work loose. I'm just double checking that they got enough on them, which they have. Lovely. Okay. And then we got our bottom case. A little bit of a ding in the corner, but it is what it is. Okay. So I do these up by hand, only because with the electronic screwdriver or the battery operated screwdriver, you don't necessarily feel it torquing, whereas this way you can tweak it just enough and then you know that it's bit and it's not going to cause a problem. Oops, wrong one. Okay, let's get me rubber bits. It's got a mounting hole in this one so we can. It's still sticky. That's fine. And likewise with this one. And the one that I managed to break right by the fit in, so hopefully it won't be too bad. It's a little bit stretched, but with a little bit of effort. There we go. Nice. Okay. So I'm just going to aim that way. Pop that back in here. Make sure we've got nice seal all the way around, which we have. Obviously, that'll all get a clean. Pop the charger back in. Charger light. Up it comes. HP symbol, which you can see is green. Sound. And there we go. We're into our Windows 11. Just for those who are curious about the spec, excuse the sound of the rain. So, it is an AMD Ryzen 5 2500, be a bit flashy on screen, 2500 with Radeon Vega graphics with 8 gigs of memory now, obviously running Windows 11 64-bit. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, excuse the sound of the rain. Please like and subscribe my site. I've just started, my YouTube channel literally just started again. Get as many subscribers as I can. If this is the kind of content you would like, then please let me know. Bye for now.